Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're talking about something very cool. Is it cool?
It is awesome.
We realize that we've lived out here where we moved for just about 1 year. That's crazy.
It is wild because when we got the place, personally, I'm not gonna start big for Sarah. I never thought we could actually stay here that long. I thought, well, we'll try to build a house before we actually move full time. And I can't believe it's been
So you didn't think we'd live out here at all?
I was thinking, well, if we have an overlap of like 3 months or so, that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, that wasn't practical.
Yeah, it was not practical. It wasn't possible. But,
no, it was financially, it's just way better to let go of one property and move to the other.
Next, yeah.
And then we just started building recently, so.
We got a long way to go. Yeah.
So we have been in this house full time for a year. We went from a house of 4,200 square feet, basically, to about 17, 18, somewhere in between 17 and 1,800 square feet.
I need my coffee. What I do with it? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Just talking about it makes me sweat.
It makes me, I need one, just a little caffeine.
Which is not the tiniest house. There are big families all over the world living in much smaller spaces for sure. I will argue that a lot of them we know of live in better weather all year round, but it really is not. We're very thankful that we have such a nice house, a nice size. It's not a tiny house for sure.
No.
Although it has felt like this at some points. So we've looked at each other a few times throughout this last year, especially during the winter, and just checked in like, are you glad we did this? Is it worth it? Do you wish we were still in town?
No, I do not. That part I did not wish at all.
The resounding answer for both of us is always no way. So even with the challenges and knowing that we probably have 9 months to a year, let's say, left in here.
Yeah, likely less than that.
Likely less than that, but even knowing all of that, it's worth it. So we just wanted to talk a little bit about how it's been and what is coming for us this next year, and kind of some of our plans to make it through the end part. So what's your biggest thing about like we went from city life to country life, and I didn't grow up in the country at all ever.
Neither did I. So, yep.
He grew up on an army base in a very, very, very large city, and I lived in a lot of bigger cities than Lincoln. Lincoln's been the smallest city. Oh no, maybe not. I was born in a smaller town, but otherwise, yeah, no farm life before or country life.
The number one biggest change is driving and cars on dirt roads when you have every weather impacts your car differently. And so we're always fixing, you're looking at, the roads are hard on your cars. I think you gotta either start changing the type of vehicles we drive, and also it's not as convenient. I have to get used to it, I wash my car every 2-3 times a week, and it's still dirty.
Yeah, so I don't leave the house nearly as much, so we're seeing the impact like on our 15-passenger van. It is not made for country roads.
No,
the other day I went down our road and almost didn't make it back, and it's only because it was somewhat rainy the day before. Like the mud was so bad, and we don't have 4-wheel drive in that thing. I almost didn't make it back. Eli and I were praying all the way home.
They do make them now with 4-wheel drive, so the newer versions have 4-wheel.
Which is not ours.
No, ours is not. Ours is like 3, actually more than that. Yeah, 5 years old.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's 10.
Yeah, so we're looking like, we'll probably make different car choices in the future. But for me, not going out the time, I noticed the biggest thing is I see nature way more than I ever did before, which I guess you would expect moving to the country, but like every weather out here makes a beautiful sky. Every weather. And we have big skies in Nebraska anyway. They say we don't have mountains. We don't have a lot of trees. It's just a show all the time, no matter whether it's clouds or rain or it is a show.
I'm amazed how I still pull out my phone every evening and morning, because every sunset and every sunrise is worth a photo. I'm like, I'm scrolling through my pages and realize I take pictures all the time of just the sky and the, you know, and the trees. It's just unbelievable. It just makes that breathtaking view every single day.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
if you would have told me Nebraska has breathtaking views, I would just have laughed at you a few years ago. But
and maybe I'm just a sunrise sunset kind of person, but no, it's just every single morning it will not fail, even when it's a cloudy day.
Yeah, and then like I never used to. He grew up by a game park, literally in his backyard, in Nairobi. The Nairobi National Game Park, which game park means that's where the animals live, like the lions and the zebra and all that. And he's always been really good at spotting animals in nature. I never was, ever. And now I am more and more all the time. I could be driving down the highway and I'll see an owl in the tree. I'm just noticing that I see animals, I see nature way more. It's very cool. I love it. The other day we were sitting here at our dining room table and watched 6 deer walk by between this house and our new build, and one of the kids caught it. And
and it was like, whoa, yeah, it was cool though. Yeah,
we see so much all the time. I really love the fact even that we have animals and I have to get outside more, even during the winter. To me, it's been very helpful. I just feel like our world was very small where we lived before. It's just like opened up. The kids love it. One of our kids told me the other day that they wake up every morning so excited. And then they have to think about what they're excited about. I mean, isn't that awesome? I just love that.
That's a good life.
And so that day, that child said, I realized I was excited that the chicks were about to hatch. And I have, we connected this child with a child in Japan, a good friend of ours. And they got to play Minecraft together, connected on the other side of the world. So that was another thing to be excited about. And just, oh, it's so fun just to wake up so excited every morning that you actually have to figure out what you're excited about. Our kids really do love it out here. I see it in their faces. And then we do miss our friends, although we see friends a lot. And every Sunday night our house is full of kids. But I have noticed that our kids are playing together better than they were before. So that's been another benefit. There's no like, oh, I'm with my friends and not you, and they just play together all the time. They'll play baseball, like the middle kids will play baseball for hours and hours out there.
They become their best friends, their siblings.
I love that.
Yeah.
Another big change for us is that like a year ago we had one dog. One small, a lot of work dog.
She's still a lot of work.
Now we have so many animals. She's still the most work. That's been a very crazy change. We have 2 milk cows. We're borrowing a bull right now, so we have 3 cows out there. We have a whole bunch of chickens. We're down to 5 ducks. We got a couple guineas. We have a livestock guardian dog, and we have 3 cats. That was a lot of animals we got last year. Most of them came to us as babies, except for the cows. They're experienced milk cows, and we're not milking them yet. That's why we're borrowing the bull. So I've been amazed that animals are not as much work as I thought they were. You probably disagree.
I do.
Have they been more work than you thought?
I don't think it's too much work, right? But I do think it's work. And maybe I notice it because I'm gone a lot in the day, most of the days. And so when I get home, there's still always stuff to do that we in the city we wouldn't have had to be doing out there. Yeah. My most work when I came home, some of it, whether it's cooking or looking at the pool, making sure it's all good, right? So that to me is easier than.
So what do you have now? Like kind of checking on everything sometimes.
It might be the checking on everything, or everyone is doing, or you're doing something.
Yeah, I don't do anything in the evenings with them.
I don't know. It just feels like. But I think it's a responsibility in your mind.
Yeah, because we really don't do anything much in the evenings. We have automatic bird doors. We have automatic bird feeders. The cows always have their food and water, which we just fill the water now with a hose, which is really easy. Yeah. So we basically are only checking on everything and maybe filling waters once a day. It's actually...
I patrol the property now that we have...
I think he's just thinking about the responsibility.
It's what it is. It's a responsibility. Yeah. It's not necessarily like...
Yeah, like right now we need to put in an underground fence for the dogs. For him, it's like what needs to be done, maybe. That hangs over him, I think.
Yeah, so, but it's all right. It's not bad. It's not doable, unmanageable.
I feel like they're a lot easier than I thought it would be to have that many animals. Like livestock type animals are really not a lot of work. We're not milking a cow yet, and so that will change things for sure.
That's another responsibility that's hanging over my head. I'm like, we're gonna get to figure out this. And I always
that's what it is for him, but for me.
But once we get the rhythm going, you know, then it's okay.
Yeah, and right now we're in a very easy rhythm. We have baby chicks that just hatched, but I was prepared for, but I am also shocked for how expensive it is setting up a homestead. It is
setting up is expensive,
always a cost.
Yeah.
And that I heard that a lot before we did it, but so many of the things are first time things. Like this last month we bought an incubator. Well, we're going to use that incubator a lot. We decided
it already paid off itself because what would you say?
Yeah, it's almost
how many chickens we're going to get here in just a matter of 2 months.
Yes.
From our own eggs that we hatched.
Yes.
So yeah, it was.
But for our livestock guardian dog, we got an underground fence and we got an incubator last month. So each month it's like something, always something.
But we've gotten to a point where though we are reaping from that stuff. I'm looking at the shelf right now. You can't see it because the camera is facing us, but we have just a stack of eggs. I mean, like a whole bunch of them, and they're just awesome, you know. And one day we'll have milk.
Yep. And once you get into like eating a little more nutrient dense food, then you're like, I feel like so much of our diet has gotten better just looking out here because we just started with a few things, and then it just makes you motivated to how much better you feel when you're eating really nutrient dense meals, and then you just keep snowballing. So our eating's changed too. It's kind of wild. Like I'm drinking bone broth. When would I ever? I could have done this, but I used to make bone broth, but I would just keep it for making soups, and now I'm actually like drinking bone broth and it feels great. Like, who am I? I don't know.
And you know the sauce, right? You know the sauce. Yeah, so it's
wild because
it's been a great journey though.
Yeah, we have birds that are meat and egg birds, so we're getting our own pasture raised chickens sometimes, and yeah, it's just so wild. It's wild.
It is
over here.
I think it'll be very exciting when we're done with the house phase.
Yeah.
Well, that would be really.
I think men oftentimes feel the weight of the responsibility of it all. And that's heavy.
And the space, you know, we've survived the winter. I shouldn't say we survived the winter. We've gone through a winter.
Feels like we survived.
Yeah, but we barely did a couple of days. There's 2 weeks there. I'm like, whoa, what have we done?
The 2 weeks of the great polar vortex.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, it was rough.
That was rough, but we survived it.
Most of our winter happened just within 2 weeks, and so I was thankful for it, but it also happened to be we learned about electric fences that can fail when it's when you have a lot of snow and negative 22 degrees, and then we were chasing cows all the time that we weren't used to, and it helped us get ourselves in order, get a better situation, and now we're actually much more comfortable with the cows, which has helped. And
even leaving people here, you know, I feel a little bit more comfortable than maybe how we were before. Yes. And then when we talk different farmers who've lived like this their whole life, you know, I think that stuff happens to everyone, even to experienced people. Now they just know how to deal with it better because they have experience, you know. So then that's kind of comforting to know that that is just the way it rolls out here in the country, the way things roll down here. So.
Yeah, every one of our neighbors that have cattle, they're like, that's what you gotta do. You gotta go through it. Like, well, we've done it now. So.
I'm not a huge fan of cows running, but it'll take some getting used to it. So I'll do anything I can to keep that from happening again.
That's true. We now have electric fence that we plug in. So we have battery ones, but
and we have a backup also.
Yeah, we have backup.
Non-electric.
Yeah, so this year, our what's coming for animals wise this year, we're hoping to hatch a lot of chicks, although we are leaving the country for a month. We have a wonderful couple that's staying here for us to have experience with animals. We're so thankful for that, but we're hoping to hatch a lot of chickens. We're gonna get some ducks maybe, because we really love the ducks. And maybe guineas, but we got a coyote problem right now. There's always a problem. That's what we do.
I feel like we have it contained a little bit right now. The coyotes know they're being hunted.
Yeah.
They're not dumb, they're smart. And the chickens are not roaming everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's not drawing them, which eventually we're gonna release them.
Yes.
But
that might not be the season right now with all these coyotes.
We might still. I think if I know I'm home a lot and stuff, I wouldn't mind, I'll let them roam around. But right now, I feel like the situation's gonna calm down because they're not getting food here.
Yeah.
So they're going elsewhere.
So the guineas are for taking care of the ticks, but we really want them to roam around. And right now we have them with our chickens because we don't want them eaten. We lost 2 of them not long ago. So we're not sure if we're gonna get more guineas this year just because they need to roam around to do their job. Chickens and ducks eat ticks as well, but guineas eat their nests.
Yeah.
They smell out their nests. Or smell, I don't know. They find the nests and eat the nests, and so they're very effective with ticks. Gable is starting to wake up. He's our livestock guardian dog to coyotes.
Yeah.
The last couple days he's been barking them away, which is it was very good to see.
Yeah.
Are we getting another livestock guardian dog this year?
No. No more animals.
I just talking about ducks. Chickens, we're getting all those.
We're getting birds.
I think Gable needs someone else. He thinks that too, but he's not ready.
No.
We'll see. And then our cows should be pregnant. So by the end of the year, hopefully we'll see cows give birth. So we'll test them next month maybe. So that's what's coming this year in animals. So the small house, it's been okay. It's been okay. There's moments, especially when I'm filming, that sometimes I'm like, stop. Or when we get to play. Oh yes, I do.
Way too calm.
No.
You're a perfect internet mom.
Oh yeah, I am the perfect internet mom. No, sometimes I yell at my children, especially if I'm just had it up to here. And I notice it's worse if we have a lot of days outside, and we have a couple where the weather's gross, cold. They don't want to be out. Wet. Yes, they can still go out, and I try to get them to go out, but sometimes you just don't want to, and I understand that, and sometimes it can just start feeling like way too much. The mess you can't even find a place that's not messy. The noise, you can't find a place quiet to make a phone call or to work a little bit, and I'm always trying to work a little bit, and so that can get a lot.
Keeping the house clean, especially when
so much harder here.
When the weather's not good outside, it's just so hard.
And I feel like we've gotten rid of so much stuff. Like everything we have in this house, we literally are using, and it's still just challenging. So we're building a house that I don't know. I feel like it's just big, open, and fairly simple, but also there's a lot of bathrooms. Like we're making it really exactly what we need. I'm sure we'll make mistakes and regrets, but
exactly what we would like.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's way more accurate.
Yes. But the thing is, it's probably going to take us a year to get used to living in that house. We've been in this, it's become kind of like our life. It's a temporary life, but it's a good temporary life. I don't know what we're gonna do with ourselves with all that space.
We were with our builder yesterday, and he said, you guys are gonna lose each other for a while. You guys are gonna be like, have intercoms or walkie-talkies. Where is everybody?
I was at a friend's house yesterday, and you know, he has an intercom, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe we should have intercoms in our
we got
new
rid
house.
Of them in our last
one. He just told me he got new ones, like he's upgrading from the old is upgrading from the old intercom system that we had in our old house, because their house is about 25-30 years old, and they only have 2 kids. I'm like, oh man, maybe I need an intercom for this house. So and they tell me how the new ones are so digitized. It's cool. Maybe so I'm open to that idea.
So what are we gonna do with this house? By the way, we'll be showing you the plans and how that house is gonna be, how we made it unique to our family's needs we go.
Okay.
Well, they'll see how it's
progressing.
Yeah, and things that we decided because of our large family.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things I think that we decided because of our large family. So this house, what are we doing with this little house that actually you will see from one house to the other?
I don't know what we're doing with this house. Do you know?
No. One thing that's sad is this house had a very small view of our pond. Our new house is going to be on the pond, so it will block this house's view of the pond. But this house actually has a view of the country more, And so that is cool too. Like
Yeah.
they each have their own view. We have a lot of options of what we could do with this house. We could save it for any of our adult children that want to use it. I think all of our adult kids would probably maybe want to move away for a little bit and come back.
So?
Eli said he can never imagine living anywhere else. He did tell me that.
I don't think they all will. I don't think they will.
Yeah, maybe, we'll see. Otherwise, we could rent it out or sell. We could parcel it off and sell it to a family member, another family member, or close friends. We would like it to be more of a compound feel here, maybe like where whoever moves in, we're working together, not just doing everything by ourselves. With homesteading, you know, like a cooperative. So if we had a close friend or a family member that wanted to be here, we have a couple options, including this house. So otherwise, we could keep it as a guest house too. We always can find people to host. We have a lot of people that come visit and visit for long periods of time sometimes.
Yeah, and that's might be, you know, I think we'll cross that bridge with the closer we get to it.
A lot of people ask, that's why I wanted to bring it up, because it's a common question.
Yeah, so there's a few things, like she said, that we've tossed around.
Yeah, we could even use it as an office for your business. I mean, there are a number of options we have, so.
Farm help.
We'll have to fix up many things in this house because we have been hard on this house.
Oh my goodness, I feel sorry for the house. And then the hard part is, when you see things that need work, and then you think, what's the point right now? So
no point.
I mean, the kitchen cabinets, they were not made with very good material, and they probably were just fine with two people living here. And so
they're peeling off.
Yes.
They're literally peeling apart.
The carpet that my feet are on right now is completely filthy, in my view.
It is so filthy. The main living room definitely needs to just have the wood floor.
Yeah, that I might do. I might actually schedule that before we go to Kenya. Have it done when we are gone or something. Yeah.
Oh, it's been hard to spend money on this house when we know we still have a while left in it with so many people that this house was not made for that many people.
No, not at all.
The two people that lived here before us were just couples.
Yeah.
And then speaking of carpet, our master bathroom has carpet, and it's not used just by us, it's used by a bunch of little kids, including a little boy, and it is so gross. It's just,
don't come and visit us. Stay outside.
Awesome.
Stay away. Yeah, right. So, but it's a lot of it is just cosmetic things.
Yeah.
That it needs a paint job and all that. So I think if we could
there's something practically for us, like our sink is 2 small holes, and we have huge pots and pans.
Right.
We could switch that out, but really, I don't know. We're just not wanting to do any projects in here right now too much.
Right. So, but there are 2 or 3, like you said, we might do this summer. I don't know, for 7 months, I think we are out right now, possibly.
Oh, that early?
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
We'll see.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Anyway, lots of ideas.
Lots of decisions. Yeah, lots of decisions. But it'll be a lot easier once we move all our stuff out and then just make the house what it needs to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
One thing we won't be doing this year probably is a big garden. We just need to do what we can handle, and we got a lot on our plates right now. A big garden's not going to happen.
No, because it takes a lot more meticulous work.
Yes.
Daily, you know, weeding and stuff. So this year we're going to pass on that. I will grow some things that are simple, that don't require a lot of...
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, maybe our tower gardens too. And maybe get some fruit trees in. That's a goal. That's been a goal each year.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Guys, that's our big update of what it's been like for a year out in the country in a smaller house than we're used to with our large family, and what we have coming this year. It's going to be exciting. We'll take you along, show you this new house as it unfolds. It's very fun, a great education.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, and hopefully our trip to Kenya will break it up a little bit for us. So
get us out of the house for a month.
Yeah. We should have done that when it was very cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't plan that one, right?
No, we did not.
All right.
Okay, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye.